Hello, warfighters. Today we're going to talk about an often referenced, but hardly ever defined, military acronym, Mett-Tc. Everybody on the YouTube, they love to buy all this gear, and whenever they're asked, why they have it, when are they going to use it, what is its purpose, pretty much unanimously they just say, Mett-Tc. Mett-Tc. It's 5 beautiful letters that nobody has to explain. Excuse me, audience. So today, we're going to do that. We're going to explain what Mett-Tc is and how it applies to you as an individual, as a prepared citizen. Okay, so Mett-Tc is a military acronym that we use when we do battle planning, when we develop operational orders, and it helps us analyze several different things and develop our battle plan. So, the M stands for mission, the E stands for enemy, the T stands for troops, the second T stands for terrain, the third T stands for time, and the C stands for civilian. All right? So, a lot of this stuff is set up for squad level planning or larger operations. So when you're talking about which one of the 42 chest rigs you should take, or if you need 3 or 9 or 27 magazines, not every single step and every single acronym within Mett-Tc is going to perfectly apply to you trying to work out those problems. So bear with me as we work through what is Mett-Tc together. Okay, mission, right? Pretty simple. What are we doing? Is this reconnaissance patrol, security patrol, direct action, resupply, a key leader engagement? Are we picking the kids up from school? Are we hungry, so we're going to buy some chicken nuggets? What are we doing here? What's going on? What is the mission? And then for me and my considerations, do I need any special equipment for this mission? Is there something abnormal going on that beyond my regular things, I'm going to need to go pack something extra in my little backpack? Okay? So, enemy. Within this section of the acronym, we have another acronym, EMLCOA, Enemy's Most Likely Course of Action. So, if we were to be battle planning for a squad or larger element, we would want to analyze the enemy's most likely course of action. We would want to consider what their centers of gravity are, their strengths, what their critical vulnerabilities are, their weaknesses, and how we can best avoid their centers of gravity, exploit their critical vulnerabilities, and dominate them while they execute their most likely course of action. However, when we're trying to decide how many pairs of socks to pack, it's not really applicable. Okay, so the enemy. Are we worried about crackheads, or are we worried about an alien invasion? Okay, who's the enemy here, and what do we need to take care of that? Troops. Friendly units. Once again, if we were like a conventional military doing squad level battle planning, we'd be talking about, are there adjacent units? Do we have support? Do we have air support? Do we have indirect fire assets? Do we have QRF? Do we have fixed wing? Do we have rotary ring? Etc., etc. For the guerrilla warfighter and for the everyday chicken nugget go-getter, I would say you're really worried about, do you have any friends? Are you all alone out here? What's going on? You got people you can call. You got a truck to come pick you up. You got people that can come help you if you call them and say you're getting shot at. Or is it just you and the homies? You and the homies letting it all hang out in the wind? Because it might be. You got to think about that. It's going to change what you put in your backpack. All right. Then we have terrain, which possibly for you and your individual loadout is the most important consideration. All right. We have another acronym. Gotta love the military. RA. OCOKAW. 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 All right, that's OCOKAW. OCOKAW. Don't you know OCOKAW? Right, so that's observation, cover and concealment, obstacles, key terrain, avenues of approach, and weather. Again, we're talking about squad level and higher planning here, right? So if I'm trying to figure out which rifle to take, I'm not thinking about all the avenues of approach in the terrain necessarily. But if you're planning a battle order, that's very important stuff to think about. Okay, so, but if we are trying to figure out what rifle to take, or what to put in our bag, I want to know, like, how hot is it? How cold is it? How much water do I need? How much water can I find? How easy is it for me to move through here? Like, how exhausted am I after I travel 1,000 yards, 1,000 meters? That's a click, kids. 1,000 meters, that's a click. How exhausted am I going to be after moving a click? Am I just walking down the road and it's fine? I can walk all day. Am I walking up and down mountains or through briar patches? Okay. How cold is it going to be at night? This is gonna change what I bring. How rainy is it? How dry is it? These things matter. Okay. Time. How long do I have before I go on this order, this operation, right? As I'm developing this order, how much time do I have before we leave? Or, more applicable for the person and what he's going to bring, how long are we going to be gone? Is this an hour? Is this a day? Is this the rest of my life because it's a suicide mission? We don't know, but we need to. We need to figure that out before we leave. Okay? And then lastly, we have civilian considerations. Are there going to be civilians? If I see a person, is it a bad guy always? Or maybe there's civilians. Probably there's civilians. Okay, do those civilians like me? Will they help me? Will they shelter me? Or give me food and water? Or are they going to rat me out to the enemy? Are they going to say, hey, these fucking assholes are over here? Check them out. You know, what's that going to look like? So, again, a lot of that is squad level planning. You know, what does that mean to me? The longer I'm out, and the more likely contact is, and the less that I have friendly support, the more ammo I'm going to take. Okay? The longer I'm out, the more likely I am to have contact, and the less friendly support I have, the more ammo I have to take. Or firepower, if we're getting spicy. Right? I would say an absolute minimum is like 6 to 8 mags. If you have a 3 mag chest rig and you think that's going to do it, you're wrong. It's not. And I would say topping out at a number that everybody's gonna not like, 20 to 25 mags. Yep. If you were a squad automatic rifleman in a standard rifle platoon in the Marine Corps Infantry, your loadout is 22 30-round mags. So it could happen. That might be you. All right, water. That's a big one. We got to drink. We're going to be thirsty, let me tell you, right? Things I've already talked. How hot is it? How far am I moving? How long am I going to be gone? How hard is it to move? How hard is water resupply? Am I in the desert or am I in the Pacific Northwest? Right? If I'm in the Pacific Northwest, then I can just load up on like water filtration things because there's just water everywhere. But if I'm in Utah, I need to bring the water with me. There's no water to be found. Okay? Got to think about that. Clothes and shelter. How cold is it going to get at night? And we're not talking about being comfy. We're talking about what is the bare minimum, maybe a little bit more. What is the bare minimum I need to survive? And or maybe what is the bare minimum I need to be able to sleep? Not comfortably. Not all cozy dozy with my stuffed teddy bears. But be able to actually not be shivering so that I can fall asleep if necessary. What is the minimum amount of warming layers, shelter, rain equipment, windproof equipment that I need to be able to accomplish that task? The minimum amount. All right. And then lastly, do I need any special equipment? Do I need something crazy? You know, what are we doing here? Probably not, but maybe. So that's Mett-Tc. That's Mett-Tc. How much ammo? How much water? How many things do we take with us? It's Mett-Tc. Why do you have that tactical lever gun? It's Mett-Tc. That's why I have it.